Hi everybody. Happy Monday. Are you shocked that I actually have a video out on time? So, last video we were finishing up the wiring, well, starting and finishing the wiring for the tail cone. So, here we are working on it. We're in the tail cone. I apologize for the lack of light. I can see just fine. It never dawned on me that I need to have damn stage lights back there. So, first thing we're doing is we are attaching both the bracket that holds the pitch trim on, or pitch servo on, and also the sub brackets that actually hold the yaw servo on. You can't see them because I don't have the camera pointed at them, and I didn't think to put the camera back where you could actually see what I was working on. So you'll have to deal with this. It's basically a bracket that sticks out from behind that bulkhead. There we go, a little bit of light. And then two angle brackets that go down and attach to the bulkhead themselves. So you drill a couple of holes and you pop rivet those on, and then the yaw servo will live like out on a ledge, right? It's like a ledge over a cliff. Simple enough. So you have to put that on first. Normally, if you didn't have that, you would just have the pitch servo bracket on, which is that big one that I've temporarily taken off. You put that one on, and then that's it, right? But with the yaw on, the yaw has to go on first. You can see it there. And now the pitch one goes back on. And then we're going to tighten some screws down. Now there's an extra spacer that needs to go down because the yaw brackets, you know, they're, I think, 40 thousandths thick, so you wind up getting an extra bracket, and it's all good. Next thing you do is attach the push rod. You have to attach the push rod before you attach the pitch servo. If you attach the pitch servo first, attaching the arm doesn't really work. I mean the push rod, sorry. So there you go. So that's the yaw servo in place, and there's 4 bolts that go in. Now I haven't attached them to the rudder cables yet, obviously. Like I said, the servo actually has 2 cables with brackets. Those attach to the rudder cables, and then that pulls the rudder cables. Since I don't have the rudder on, doesn't really make sense to attach the cables yet. So we'll have to do that later. All right, let me just take a break here while just doing stuff. Let me tell you how much of a pain in the butt this is, right? So right now, the entire fuselage is on the ground. It's on a rug. And underneath the fuselage right here is 2 big chunks of foam. I've got 2 huge chunks of foam. Why? Because I am nervous as shit. All right? Putting my ass in the back of that plane to begin with makes me nervous, right? I'm on a piece of plywood I put there to, you know, even out my weight distribution. But then you have to lean over, like, it's at least a couple of feet between the baggage bulkhead and that first bulkhead, right? So you're having to lean over, and you're having to use your hand to put weight on those 2 central ribs, and those are pretty heavy ribs, so you know you're not going anywhere. But man, it's just it goes on for like an hour. It's a pain. Okay, so here's a pitch servo is on now. So I've got the 2 back there. Torquing those on is a son of a bitch, especially those 2 back bolts, because it's, you know, it's AN3 bolt, couple of washers, and a, you know, lock nut. Getting back there to do all that, oh yeah, definite pain in the ass. Ass pains. All right, and here comes the wire bundle that I recreated so lovingly. The only thing that I'd modified, oh, another thing that I'd forgotten the reason I needed to remake this is the local ground in the back goes to the airframe. Didn't want that. Also, you're supposed to ground the CAN bus for the G3X system at every box, and they didn't do that. So I did that so that I could ground here. Okay, there I've just attached the autopilot arm from the pitch servo to the arm that contains the push rod for the elevators. So that's all happy. Oh, look, a better point of view. Or at least I thought this would be a better point of view. You can see less now than you did before. But at least you can kind of see how much of a pain it is for my fat ass to get in and out of the back of that plane. Shame on me. And that does it for this video. In the next video, we'll wrap up doing that wiring and putting all the rest of the ancillaries in for the ELT, Have a good week. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.